Hey everybody, and welcome back to Stray. Hope you had a good break. Hope that everything's going well and you haven't forgotten everything about this story. So this is going to be what I think is going to be a two-part series on writing an expository paragraph. The first video will be going over the directions here and also some things that might help you before you start. And then the second video will be me where I've written one of these paragraphs and we'll be going through to compare it to the directions and the rubric at the end. So the first thing that I always do when I have an assignment is I actually look at the rubric first, because this tells me where I need to focus my effort the most, and it also tells me the details of what I need to include. So in this case, I'm thinking about the fact that at least 8 details are included. So that is actually going to be very influential when you get to the research part, because you don't want to do all this research and come up with 5 things and then write your paragraph and then get to the end and look at the rubric and think, well, I actually needed 8. So that's why I look at that first. So then if we go back to research, okay? So these guides here, 1 through 9, are here to kind of guide your research, so that when you're looking through the websites or the books or the magazines or whatever you're looking for information, that you're actually looking for information that's going to help you. And I looked up this site about chihuahuas, for example. I just want to show you how much information there is on this one site. That's a ton of stuff to look through, and that would be a ton of stuff to read through word for word if I didn't have any guides to look through. Whereas when I have, for example, is the breed large, medium, or small, and say you didn't know if a Chihuahua was, that would be something probably fairly simple to look for. And I think in the case of this website, it's at the top. Size is small. So that's going to help you facilitate, especially when you have to have 8 details with 8 explanations. You want to have nice, clear, easy facts to work with. Another thing I want to mention is what exactly an expository paragraph is. So the word expository comes from the word exposition, which means an explanation or a description. So you could think of an expository paragraph as also an explanatory paragraph where you're explaining or telling me about something. So in this case, you're going to be telling me about the dog breed you have chosen. So I think these should be fairly simple and easy questions for you to get through and understand. And then we get to elaborate. So that's after you've figured out these details and you've answered them. So Chihuahua is a small dog, for number 1, for example. So then you're going to take those sentences that you've created and you're going to either add an explanation or an example. And what I like to do here is an explanation is a so what. So if I say a Chihuahua is harder to train than most dogs, so what? Why is that important? Why does that matter? So you'll have to be patient with him and take some extra time to teach him commands, okay? You see what I mean there? So you might say, a Chihuahua has large ears. So why does that matter? Why is that important? Well, it helps them hear a lot better, especially since they're small and low to the ground, and the physics of sound and so on, which I won't get into, but it helps them hear. And then we have a beagle can be naughty at times, and we're giving an example. An example answers the question, how? Okay, a beagle can be naughty at times, how? By digging holes in the dirt or thinking of ways you can steal food, okay? So when you've created your sentences, I don't need this. Anyhow, when you've created your sentences, and then you've brought them down here where they're the details, and then you have your explanation, your examples, you want to be answering either the question so, or you want to answer the question how, okay? So we'll stop there. The next video will maybe go through the last couple direction steps, and then I will go through the paragraph that I've written. So I will see you in the next one.